This is Reginald Perryman of Keller Williams, associate broker for the Ritz Realty Group. Today I want to answer one of the most asked questions. What do I do if my landlord is in foreclosure? Well, the answer to that is, the first answer I would say is to not panic. The reason being is that in Michigan we typically have two of the most common foreclosure types are tax sale foreclosures, where the property owner is delinquent on property taxes, and the next is mortgage foreclosure, where there's a loan on the property and the property owner, in this case your landlord, has defaulted on the loan. The reason I say not to panic in this scenario is because in most cases on a mortgage foreclosure, you're going to receive some type of notice after the foreclosure has started. The property owner, your landlord, has 6 months to redeem that property, meaning that they can settle or pay off the loan or settle the debt with the lender. During this time, the landlord is still legally the owner of the property because they still have redemption rights. The bank cannot evict you from the property during the 6-month redemption period. So there's no need to worry. But you have to do some research on your own and find out by checking county records when the sheriff's sale date was. The 6-month redemption period usually starts after the sheriff's sale. So I'm going to give you an example and another reason why you should not panic and you should pay attention, especially when there's a notice posted on your property. So here's a property that went into sheriff's sale. The sheriff's sale deed date was February 2015. And I was just notified by the bank, hey, go out and inspect the property and determine if it's occupied or vacant, because the redemption period is up, meaning the redemption period ended August 5th. The redemption period for the property owner has ended. So therefore the bank is looking to take possession of the property via eviction, meaning they're going to evict. But here's the other thing. During that 6 months, the tenant was still paying rent. The landlord was still responsible in this scenario. But here's the other reason why you must pay attention to any notices that are posted on the property and respond back within 24 hours. The bank, once we determined that the property was occupied and the occupant was a tenant, the bank offered the tenant relocation funds. You may hear the term cash for keys, relocation assistance. It's all the same thing. So today is August 14th. The bank has offered the tenant 3 options. If they vacate the property by September 1st, the occupant will receive $10,000. There's an $8,000 option and there's a $6,000 option. So with that being said, the goal here is to avoid eviction. The bank is going to start the eviction process, whether the owner is living in the property, whether the tenant is living in the property. Now here in Michigan, there are tenant rights, and if you're a tenant in the property, I suggest you seek legal counsel or contact legal aid, and they'll explain to you the 90 days for tenant rights and things of that nature as well. And the bank has to comply with whatever the Michigan tenant rights are at that time. Laws change. So, but keep in mind, the bank wants to avoid the cost of the eviction process, the time of the eviction, and the embarrassment for the occupant. And of course, the occupant would like to know if they're being evicted or not. But this cash for keys or relocation assistance is a great option. So you're receiving money to relocate versus being evicted out of the property. Now, if there's a circumstance in which you cannot move by this date, that's why it makes sense to communicate with either the listing agent that's assigned to the property or the attorney that handled the foreclosure. So please respond to all notices within 24 hours or the very next business day. Again, do not panic. Respond and communicate and see if there's relocation assistance. And if your landlord contacts you to collect rent, after the redemption period is ended or after the property went to auction in a tax sale, contact legal counsel before you pay continue to pay your landlord any rent at that point in time. If you need to contact me, you can contact me at 248-288-3500. Again, this is Reginald Perryman, Keller Williams Royal Oak, Ritz Realty Group. You can find us on Facebook, Ritz Realty Group. Give me a call if you have any questions. Thank you.